Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praise, glory, and honor to the Most High and His only begotten Son, who we know and believe as Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ravakodash. Yahweh being the true name of the one who the world ignorantly calls God the Father. His true name is Yahweh. And Yahweh Shai being the true name of the one who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Alright. I want to give double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace, love, and blessings also to you, Akim, you sincere brothers out there pushing this truth in all sincerity and faith and honesty. And also blessings to you few sisters out there listening and learning. I'm not feeling Servant Kanakla coming at you once again with another lesson. And this is pretty much will be China will not be the next world leader. Alright? And that's according to biblical prophecy. That's according to the Bible, the Holy Scriptures. And I'm going to get right into it. This is an article from RT. It says, China's yuan strengthens against US dollar, could grow even stronger. If you don't know, the Chinese yuan is just pretty much the Chinese currency. Okay? I'm going to get right into it. It says, buoyed by a weaker US dollar and fast recovery of China's economy after the coronavirus outbreak, this week the Chinese yuan hit its strongest level against the greenback since May 2019. Okay, because if you know, China was the first one to pretty much go into what do you call it, lockdown. So you know, it makes sense that they would be the first ones to recover, right? Because they kind of already went through the cycle already. But on its return, all right, as I said, it hits the strongest level against the greenback, and we know China is looking to become that well, they are that next financial superpower. And you know, whoever controls the finances, all right, controls the world. Okay, that's how the US was able to control the world, because they had the global reserve currency. Okay, it says both the onshore and offshore Chinese yuan extended weekly gains against the dollar on Friday. In 1 week, the renminbi rose around 1% from levels above 6.83 against the greenback to the current rate of 6.75. If the yuan continues to advance against the dollar, or at least does not give up its latest gains, it may become the best performer among its Asian peers, spiking over 4% since the end of June quarter. All right. So, yep, global investors continue to pour cash into China despite coronavirus uncertainty and tensions with U.S. All right. It says the Chinese currency could further advance against the U.S. dollar according to various outlooks. All right. It says as the dollar enters into its depreciation, because the dollar is failing, man. Okay. The dollar is failing, and the Chinese currency is getting stronger. It says this weaker dollar environment, the yuan has somewhat lagged. All right. So you get the point. All right. With the dollar depreciating or losing its value, all right, it puts China, you know, at a good position to be the next world leader. Now, according to Bible prophecy, all right, that's not going to happen. Okay, and we're going to get it. This is Psalms 2. I'm going to start at the top. Now, if you know about Psalms, King David, all right, King David went through a lot of wars, all right, defeated many nations, okay, to set up the kingdom for his son Solomon, all right, to set up the kingdom of Israel for his son Solomon. If it wasn't for all the wars David went through and defeating all these different nations, all right, you know, King Solomon, his son, wouldn't have been able to set up that temple. Okay, so let's read this. This is Psalms 2 verse 1. It says, why do the heathen rage? And the heathen are all the other nations outside of the nation of Israel, all right, whether they're Chinese, Japanese, Arab, African, all right, Japhetic nations, okay, Edomites, so-called white people, you know, heathen are any nation outside of the nation of Israel. So the scripture saying, why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? And what's that vain thing they imagine? Look at the China. Everybody think the Chinese economy, the Chinese is gonna be the next rulers. All right. It says, the kings of the earth have set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, okay, let us break their bands asunder and cast their cords from us. Because if you know anything about King David, once again, we're going to get that real quick. King David set up garrisons amongst these nations that he conquered. So it's pretty much like, if you will, a military basis, okay, to keep that that dominance within that region. All right. I'll get this. This is 2 Samuel 8 verse 13. It says, and David got him a name when he returned from smiting of the Syrians in the valley of Salt, being 18,000 men. Okay, you know, and matter of fact, let's start up. Yeah, let's start at verse 8. Let's start at 8. I wanted to get straight to the point, but let's get it. 2 Samuel 8 verse 1. It says, and after this came to pass that David smote the Philistines and subdued them, and took Meth-Gamah out of the hand of the Philistines. Okay, so David smote. That's a nation of a Hamitic nation, all right? The Philistines. It says, and he smote Moab, the Chinese, and measured them with a line, casting them down to the ground. Even with 2 lions measured he to put to death, and with 1 full line to keep alive. And so the Moabites became David's servants and brought gifts. So you see what David's doing, right? It says, David smote Hadazer, the son of Rehob, the king of Zobah, as he went to recover his border at the river Euphrates. And David took from him 1,000 chariots, 700 horsemen, and 20,000 footmen. And David hewed all the chariot horses were reserved for them for 100 chariots. And when the Syrians of Damascus came to secure Hadazer, king of Zobah, David slew of the Syrians 22,000 men. Okay. It says, then David put a garrisons in Syria of Damascus, and the Syrians became servants to David, and he brought gifts. And the Lord preserved David whithersoever he went. And David took the shields of gold that were on the servants of Hadazer, and brought them to Jerusalem. And from Betah and from Berothai, cities of Hadazer, King David took exceeding much brass. All right. When Toi, king of Hamath, heard that David had smitten all the host of Hadazer, then Toi sent Joram his son unto King David to salute him and to bless him, because he had fought against Hadazer and smitten him. For Hadazer had wars with Toi, and Joram brought with him vessels of silver, vessels of gold, and vessels of brass. Okay, which also King David did dedicate unto the Lord Yahweh, with the silver and gold that he had dedicated of all nations which he subdued. Okay. It says, of Syria and of Moab and of the children of Ammon and of the Philistines. Okay. And of the spoil of Hadazer, the son of Rehob, king of Zobah. And David got him a name when he returned from smiting of the Syrians in the valley of Salt, being 18,000 men. All right. David slew 18,000 men. It says, and he put garrisons in Edom, and in Edom, throughout all Edom put he garrisons, and all they of Edom became David's servants. And the Lord preserved David wheresoever he went. And David reigned over all Israel, and David executed judgment and justice unto all his people. Okay, so you see what King David did, man. So when you go back to Psalms 2, okay, Psalms 2:1, it says, why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. So that's what they want to do. But, you know, that's why they see us being risen up with this truth and setting up camps all over the world, man. Okay? You can consider the camps is garrisons, man. Because you got Israelites all over the world waking up, pushing this truth. And what? And in all those places, okay, will be conquered when Yahushua returns. All right? Thou son, did not they call Jesus, the one who they call Jesus Christ, Yahushua, did not they call him the son of David? Okay? Because he came from that same line. It says, he that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh, the Lord shall have them in derision. This is happening right now. Everybody think they finna get this next spot to rule the world. Okay, but it's not gonna happen. The Lord is in the heavens laughing at them. All right, it says, then shall he speak unto them in his wrath, all right, and vex them in his sort of displeasure, Salaki. And yet I have set my king upon my holy hill of Zion. And ultimately that king, all right, it is king, it's King David, but ultimately that king is Yahushua, man. All right, but that's the earthly order, man. Okay, you got Yahushua, then you got King David, then you got a heavenly order. All right, you got Yahushua, then you got Michael the archangel. So there's a earthly order and a heavenly order. But on earth, King David, all right, will be the king. Okay, and Yahushua is over him. It says, I will declare the decree the Lord has said unto me, thou art my son, this day have I begotten thee. Okay, ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thy inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. Okay, and that's what's happening right now. Ask of me. How do you ask of the Lord? By doing his work, doing his ministry. Okay, pushing his truth. That's how you ask of the Lord. He gonna give us the heathen for the inheritance. So the Chinese think they finna come up in the power because their currency is up next and is doing better than the global currency that's in power now, these Edomites, the Americans. But no, you're not coming up next, man. All right. Verse 9, it says, thou shalt break them with a rod of iron, thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. All right, you read about that in Revelations 2:10. All right, he that overcometh, will he give power over the nations, man. Revelation 2 verse 10. Yeah. So this is Revelations 2 verse 10. I think the point is at 11. I think this is it. One sec. Or it might be 3 and 10. Yep. So I'll start at 11. Get to the point. Revelations 3 and 11 says, behold, I come quickly, hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. That's talking about this truth. Okay, your faith, your belief in Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. It says, he that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my God, of my Father, you can say too, of my Father, and he shall go no more out, and I will write upon him the name of my Father, and the name of the city of my Father, which is New Jerusalem, which cometh down out of heaven from my Father, and I'll write upon him my new name. All right. I thought that was it. Hold on one sec here. One sec. All right. Here it is right here. It's Revelations 2 verse 26. It says, and he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, and to him will I give power over the nations.
He shall rule them with a rod of iron. As vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I have received of my Father. I will give him the morning star. He that hath the ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. Okay? So, and this goes to show you too that all nations can't be saved. Because why would he give you power over the nations? I go to show you he's talking to one nation of people. All right, he's talking to one nation of people. To him that overcometh will I give power over the nation. He's talking to the nation of Israel, man. Okay, that's the only thing that makes sense. You know, so he gonna give his nation, which he stemmed from out of the nation of Israel. He gonna give his people power over all the other nations, man. All right, and this is in the book of Revelation. So that's it on that one. And I'll close out with this precept right here, Psalm 68. I believe this is the one. Psalm 68, verse 13. See if this is the one I want. No, I don't want that one. I want the 75. Salah. That's a good one too. But I'm finna get ready to wrap this thing up. Psalm 75, verse 6. Matter of fact, I'll start at verse 5. This is Psalms 75, verse 5. It says, lift not up your horn on high, and that horn represents power. Okay, because if you look at any beast, okay, like when you go to animals that do have horns, that's where their power dwells in. You know, whether it be a goat all the way up to a rhino to a elephant. Okay, that's how they get things done, man, with their horns. So it says, lift not up your horn on high, speak not with a stiff neck. Okay, and that's what, you know, the Lord is saying to these nations, specifically right now these Chinese, because everybody think the Chinese is the next runners up. It says, for promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south, but God is the judge, Yahweh. He putteth down one and setteth up another. Okay, so in the nation that he desires to set up, it's the nation of Israel. All right, his people. All right, so that's pretty much it on that. You know, I have more scriptures, but I'm gonna get ready to close this thing out. So that, Lord's willing, you edified, the Chinese will not be the next world rulers. Shalom.